Today I'm going to talk to you about what you need to know before PCSing to Joint Base McGuire-Dix-Lakehurst. What's up everybody? My name is Chris Gable and I'm a 20-year U.S. Air Force veteran. I spent my entire career in security forces. After receiving my real estate license in 2017, my goal became to serve active duty personnel and military veterans. I know what it's like to PCS to a new community, and I've walked a mile in those boots. PCSing to a new base and becoming a part of a new community can be an amazing experience provided you are prepared and well informed, and that's my goal. I'll be leaving some resources in the notes below. If you feel like you're getting any value out of this video, or if you want to get notified of any more in the future, drop me a comment, give this video a like, and hit that subscribe button. Let's get started. New Jersey, otherwise known as the Garden State, is nestled between the city of Philadelphia and New York City, and has a very eclectic landscape. You will experience 4 very distinct seasons. If you're coming in the spring, summer, or even the fall, as you drive through the Garden State, you'll quickly notice how green and plush the Garden State really is. Jersey winters, however, can be harsh and bring snow, sleet, and sometimes freezing rain. Some people think that because New Jersey is the most densely populated state in the Union that we would be akin to New York City, with roads and buildings everywhere, like an expansive metropolis. That couldn't be further from the truth, as New Jersey is a very geographically diverse state with valleys, ridges, and highlands to the north and west, and sandy flat coastal plains to the south and east. Not to mention, from Sandy Hook to Cape May Point, New Jersey boasts 130 miles of some of the most beautifully sandy beaches the U.S. has to offer. Burlington and Ocean County enjoy about 200 sunny days per year. Higher humidity in the more inland areas makes summertime temperatures somewhat uncomfortable. In Las Vegas or San Antonio, you may experience what's called a dry heat. Not so much in New Jersey. Nothing's dry about our heat at all. We get some of the most blistering humidity you'll ever experience. An 80-degree day might not sound terrible until you add 95% humidity to it. Then it just feels like your body's melting into the tarmac. Rain is normal year-round, and severe thunderstorms are common during the warmer months. In the summer, it's very common for a thunderstorm just to pop up on a moment's notice, so be prepared. Most precipitation falls in the summer months, and annual rainfall is about 41 inches. The warmest month is normally July with an average high of 87 degrees, and the coldest month is January with an average low of 22 degrees. You'll find 2 of the biggest roads in New Jersey are the Garden State Parkway and the New Jersey Turnpike. They're also toll roads and they can get a bit pricey. So if you're using them all the time, you may want to get an Easy Pass transponder for your car so you can take care of or take advantage of the Easy Pass express lanes on the highways, and you're not waiting for that coin lane or necessarily the full service lane. So make sure you get an Easy Pass transponder. Joint Base McGuire-Dix-Lakehurst is in the smack dab middle of the state, which is very, very rural. Closest highways are going to be Interstates 195 and 295, along with the New Jersey Turnpike and the Garden State Parkway. The smaller county roads along with Routes 70, 206, and Route 68 are utilized mainly to access the base and are one-lane roadways. So be prepared to sit behind a slow driver for several miles from time to time. Toll roads and bridges are common in the Northeast, so if you are looking to cross any bridges or travel any of the big roads, be sure you have cash at a minimum or have that Easy Pass transponder I was talking about before. The Garden State Parkway spans 172 miles from the northern border of New York to the southern tip of New Jersey down to exit 0, where you'll find Cape May. Posted speed limits are 65 miles an hour, and the multi-lane highway reduces down to 2 lanes in Atlantic and Cape May counties. The New Jersey Turnpike spans 117 miles from the Delaware Memorial Bridge to the George Washington Bridge, which crosses into New York City. Right around Interchange 6 is where the turnpike separates into cars only and truck and car lanes. You'll find heavy tractor trailers galore in the truck lanes Monday through Friday during normal travel times. Newark Liberty International Airport is the 6th busiest airport in the USA. Parking is expensive, so park off-site or have someone to drop you off and pick you up if that is an option. There's a USO available and is located in Terminal B, landside, 2nd floor, north end, and is open from 06 to 2200. Drive time is about an hour from the base. Alternatively, there's also Philadelphia International Airport. Same distance, but it's the 20th busiest airport in the USA. Parking is also expensive though, so same suggestions apply. If you can get a ride, get one. USO is available. It's located at Gate E2 and it's open 24/7, 365. Drive time, like I said before, it's right around that 1 hour mark to Joint Base. The smaller airports offer sometimes better fares, easier and cheaper parking, smaller security lines, but this can come at a disadvantage as they don't necessarily have the same amenities as those larger carriers do in the larger airports. So if you're looking for a discount carrier, take a look at Trenton Mercer Airport. That would be the first one I would think of. They offer a discounted service from Frontier Airlines and is approximately 40-minute drive to base. Alternatively, you can look at Atlantic City International Airport. They offer services from Spirit Airlines, but they're a little bit longer of a drive, right around that 1 hour and 10-minute drive. So what is there to do in the Garden State? Well, we have tons of skiing and snowboarding if you're into that. We're close to the Poconos. While New Jersey might not be known for its 5-star slopes, there are plenty of places within a short drive. Mountain Creek Ski Resort is the most common destination in New Jersey, with the Poconos Mountain Ski Area in PA just a short drive outside of New Jersey, and roughly 2 hours away from Joint Base. If you're looking for challenging terrain, resorts in New Hampshire, upstate New York, and Vermont are not much farther, but are considerably larger with better amenities. There's also beaches. There are a total of 44 different beaches available to you in New Jersey. Each has its own perks, and several of them offer free access to veterans and active duty military, but charge for civilians, so make sure you do some research. Some notable destinations include Seaside Heights, Island Beach State Park, Long Beach Island, Wildwood, Cape May, Sandy Hook. And if you're looking for some fantastic parking with a very sparsely crowded beach, check out Seagirt Training Center in Seagirt, New Jersey. It's available only to active duty military veterans and a few New Jersey state agencies such as the New Jersey State Police and Department of Corrections. This beach has it all. Plenty of free parking, close to the beach, showers, a snack stand, and lifeguards. There are 9 different casino resorts and beach access available in Atlantic City. Huge amusement parks to include Morey's Piers on the Wildwood Boardwalk and Six Flags Great Adventure in Jackson, New Jersey. New Jersey also boasts 50 state parks and 4 national parks. Hunting and fishing passes for active duty military can be bought at the resident rate, whereas if you join the New Jersey Army or Air National Guard, members are offered these as a free benefit. Now, the base itself was named after Major Thomas B. McGuire Jr. He's a Medal of Honor recipient and the second leading ace in American history. After the 2005 BRAC, it was decided that the 3 installations would become the first tri-service installation in the USA. Thus, McGuire Air Force Base, Fort Dix, and Lakehurst Naval Air Engineering Station all combined and became Joint Base McGuire-Dix-Lakehurst. JBMDL has over 42,000 acres with 80 mission partners, 40 mission commanders. The installation spans 20 miles from east to west across 2 separate counties, Burlington County and Ocean County. Generally speaking, you'll want to make sure the gate that you are going to is open on the base, because trekking around the base to another gate can be very time consuming. More than 44,000 airmen, soldiers, sailors, Marines, Coast Guardsmen, and civilians live and work on and around JBMDL. McGuire is one of the most active Space A bases on the East Coast. It has regular flights in all directions, including frequent missions to Europe. Some very common destinations from McGuire via Space A are Baltimore Washington International Airport in Maryland, Joint Base Andrews in Maryland, Joint Base Charleston in South Carolina, Travis Air Force Base in sunny California, Mildenhall, which is in England, Ramstein in Germany, and also Naval Air Station Rota, which is in Spain. Other uncommon destinations pop up as well, but are obviously very less frequently available for Space A travelers. So just make sure you check in the Space A McGuire website on Facebook. The JBMDL PAX terminal has quite a few amenities. They include Wi-Fi, both short-term and long-term parking, courtesy luggage carts, a USO lounge, and a teen lounge with complimentary gaming station and foosball table. If you're staying on base, JBMDL has a base shuttle, but the route serving the passenger terminal is somewhat limited and operates only between 1100 and 1900, Wednesday through Sunday. They must be unloaded and contained in a closed and fastened case or gun box and locked in the trunk of the motor vehicle. You'll notice that the only difference between the state law and directives on base is that the state law specifically dictates the weapon must be in a locked case. Please don't forget this if you're transferring weapons off base or through New Jersey, as New Jersey, again, is one of the strictest states in the Union when it comes to transporting firearms. Keep in mind that open carry is not addressed in New Jersey state law specifically. Concealed carry is only legal with a New Jersey permit to carry a handgun, otherwise known as a PCH. PCH are rarely issued to the general populace, as there must be a demonstrated urgent necessity based on special danger to an applicant's life. PCH are issued to residents and non-residents. A firearms training course is going to be required for this, for new applicants, and they must be 21 years old. In terms of reciprocity, New Jersey being one of the stricter states in the Union, they do not honor permits or licenses out of state, so be sure, again, to do more research before you transport firearms or bring firearms into the state. There's several different parks, 3 different golf courses, a movie theater, indoor and outdoor pools available in the summertime, an art and craft center, auto hobby shop, multiple community and recreation centers, a bowling center, a rod and gun club, and also the ITT office. And of course, let's not forget the always staple commissary, food court, Starbucks, and base exchange. Now keep in mind there are 10 different gates over the entire JBMDL complex, with different gates having different hours given the current FBCons and HBCons and day of week. So make sure you're doing your research, check the JBMDL Facebook page, or even download the JBMDL app so you're in the know on what gates are open and what hours are operational. So if you're coming to JBMDL, you'll quickly realize that there's several different on-base housing areas. The first one being at McGuire with Falcon Courts North. This is probably the best spot to be in on-base housing. You're off the main installation, but still have the safety and security of base housing. It's farther away from the flight line, so the sound of the jets don't quite reach, and there are a few parks and a community center in this area which are open to the base residents. Also, McGuire's Falcon Courts East. It's nestled near the shopette, gas pumps, and close to McGuire Gym, and it's on the main base. It's quiet as not a lot of traffic is nearby, but the flight line is very close, and sometimes you'll routinely hear the engine spinning up from the KC-10. Well, there are 4 reasons I would suggest living off base while at McGuire here. Well, the first being location options. Getting to choose your schools and neighborhood is priceless. Do you like to live at the beach, maybe in the suburbs, or is more of a rural life for you, outdoorsy? The options are endless when you get to make that decision. When you're staying on base, you don't necessarily have that decision, and the housing authority on base is going to put you where they have an opening. Quality housing. In many areas, it can be much easier to find high-quality private homes than it is to find adequate on-base housing. According to figures released by the DoD, about 43% of DoD housing, or about 58,000 units, are old and in need of extensive repair. When buying a house off base, you get to pick what you're buying, you get to pick where you're moving. Independence. Living off base allows service members to connect with their own town and the people that live in it. Getting that separation at the end of a long work day can be a huge stress reliever. Affordable mortgage payments. Most VA purchase loans are obtained without a down payment, and loans never require monthly mortgage insurance premiums. That, coupled with owning, can be cheaper than renting, but everyone's situation is different. A conversation about these costs with a knowledgeable agent and loan officer is important because everyone's situation is different, so be sure you get in touch with someone you know, like, and trust. There are 2 ways to buy during a PCS. You can either buy before you physically PCS, or you can buy after. If you're going to buy before you PCS, it is imperative that you talk to an agent who has done this before, as timing is very, very important. Your first step would need to be to establish that relationship with a local real estate agent. A good agent will communicate with you through texts, calls, and video in order to help you find homes that you like before you even come into town. You'll want to establish that relationship well in advance of your actual PCS. I suggest a minimum of 3 months in advance. After you have a conversation with your agent on your wants and needs, the second step would be to schedule permissive leave. This is otherwise known as house hunting leave. Permissive leave is generally granted up to a 10-day period. During this 10-day period, you can schedule to physically see the homes with your agent. After you find one that you like, then you would be able to discuss making an offer. Permissive leave is especially beneficial because it gives you the opportunity to visit the new duty station, scope out the properties on your short list, check out the areas, and have a face-to-face meeting with your agent. If you plan to take this leave, notify your agent well in advance so that they can arrange everything beforehand to save you time and effort. You'll want to schedule your permissive house hunting leave for at least 45-60 days prior to your scheduled PCS. This is due to the fact that it takes approximately 45-60 days in order to get a mortgage commitment from a lender and successfully close. I stress the timing is very important here, because if your timing's off, it can cost you money. If you'd like to buy after you PCS, then I suggest a minimum start doing some homework to help expedite the search when you get into the state. You can begin by talking to an agent and a lender. The agents so they can set up a home search for you, and you have your ear to the ground on new listings and have a rough idea of what market prices are for homes that you would be interested in. You also want to talk to a lender to get an idea of what kind of payment you'll be making every month and what your comfortable price range would be. Once you have these conversations, then it's PCS time. If you guys are moving to the area and are thinking about buying or renting a home here in the Garden State, I would be happy to work with you, as I work largely with service members PCSing to and from Joint Base McGuire-Dix-Lakehurst, in addition to local veterans and first responders. You can find more information about me in the description below, or catch up with me on Facebook and Instagram. Thanks so much for watching my video, and I'll see you in the next one.